in place. Justice reigns from above.
Enemy turret ahead!
Clearing the area.
And all the objectives come one out.
Over the past 2 days, I've been playing Overwatch with my usual gang of cronies, flunkies, and so on. And I have to say, Overwatch is one of those pleasant surprise games, in the sense of I wasn't expecting much from it. And I'm very, very jaded from the current shooter market that is oversaturated with trying to reinvent the wheel. Now, I'm not saying that Overwatch is anything new and revolutionary. It's more or less a team-based shooter that's very similar to Team Fortress. But there's something about Overwatch, surprisingly. I really came into this expecting to despise this game, to be sick of it in about an hour or so. I thought the cartoony visuals would be a huge turnoff for me. I mean, I don't have a major issue with them, but after a while of playing hyper-realistic shooters, you kind of think to yourself, I don't really feel like playing a kid's shooter game. And it's anything but. Yes, Overwatch does cover a great deal of ground in the sense of kids can play it and adults. The atmosphere is fun and inviting, believe it or not. I mean, sure, people can write cancerous messages, and I'm quite sure on console there will be the obligatory racism and child spewing out filthy words because his big brother or father thinks it's funny. But at its core, Overwatch is a simple yet complex game. Simple in the fact that anyone can pick up and play it. The learning curve isn't that hard. But mastering Overwatch, that's the tricky part. There are around 24 to 28 characters. I have not gotten around to testing them all because I stuck to the ones that I felt I best played with. But I was not dissuaded from trying other characters. Overwatch is a team-based shooter that really does have something right. It's class-based. Now, where Star Wars Battlefront tried to be this game that had mass appeal for people of all ages, it ruined itself by not having a class-based system, not creating something with the characters that made you have to really delve into a certain class to truly grab and understand its unique potentials. Overwatch nails this in spades, as they say. Each character, though similar in playstyle, is very, very different from one another. It's a very simple mechanic, but each character is definitely unique unto themselves. To play with Tracer gives you the interesting ability of fast forwarding, pretty much teleporting, just complete and utter raw speed and fast gunplay, and a unique ability to reset what she did. So you could teleport behind an enemy, shoot them, and then reset yourself all the way back from where you first started your teleport. This, if used correctly, is devastating on an unaware enemy. Without a shadow of a doubt, I've fallen victim to it tons of times. Pharah, for instance, the rocket-firing, flight-controlled female heavy damage dealer, which is my personal favorite. A bit slow, her ability to fly right across the arena gives you great potential of sneaking behind enemies, catching up with snipers. Each class has an ability to nullify another class's ability, in a sense. Like, the Ice Girl Mia, for instance, can be quite devastating as a character, and quite useful, fantastically defensive. She could block the path for a sniper shooting you, or slow down a tank if you're trying to hold a position. This calls for strategy and gameplay, which really does change the dynamic completely and utterly. I mean, when you go into it assuming that this is just some goofy kids game, it's a sterilized, homogenized, first-person shooter, you played them one, you played them all, but this one actually brings a pleasant sort of feeling to it. At the end of each match, there are basically ratings to You can vote for which character you think played the best on the enemy or ally team, which is nothing wrong with that. There are the plays of the game where the most daring or interesting kill, the best move, the game changer if you will, is highlighted. There's a lot of meat to this bone. I haven't even touched on the loot crate system. I mean loot system, but whenever I see loot I now think loot crate because it comes in a little crate. And the crate itself gives you anything from coins you can use to buy new voiceovers for your character, new poses or endgame victory stances, or new skins for your character. There is no money in this game, at least not that I am aware of or seen, which is refreshing considering Star Wars Battlefront can't seem to get this premise right. But somehow Blizzard has nailed it. Blizzard has actually made a first-person shooter that can just cover so many bases and can be appealing to a wide audience, and it doesn't feel like some big pile of garbage. It really doesn't. This is in the closed beta state, and the beta will open to everyone in the next 5 or 6 hours. I can honestly say that the netcode also is not an issue. Matchmaking isn't too much of a hassle either. It isn't like Siege where you find yourself often paired off with teams that are so far advanced versus you that there's absolutely no hope of playing. Every match is different and rewarding in its own way, and there's never a point where you feel cheated while playing. This is a huge boon to me, because most first-person shooters do feel cheap at times, but right now I don't feel like Overwatch is cheap. Now, it's probably going to be written off by most people simply because Blizzard is affiliated with Activision, but I honestly believe this is a game it's worth downloading to play, especially since it's going to be a free-to-play week or something. So honestly, you have absolutely nothing to lose by just downloading it to your PlayStation 4, Xbox One, or PC and giving it a try. I don't think you'll be disappointed, unless you're easy to rage. Then maybe you'll be disappointed. But other than that, I found myself playing Overwatch for hours and not getting off feeling upset or angry at the game and thinking to myself, I'm not playing this for a while because it's crap, like Siege does. I play a couple matches of Siege, and it's just like, you know what? I think I'm going to skip this for a few months. Hopefully they'll patch it and it'll be less shit. Overwatch did not make me feel like that. Overwatch actually had me looking forward to playing it again. So much so I didn't even mind playing by myself. And the game can only be enjoyed on greater levels with friends. This is definitely a team-based shooter that should be done with friends or people that communicate. Because communication is key to victory in this. You cannot go into a match willy-nilly doing whatever you think you feel. Because odds are, you will lose every time to the team that's even remotely organized. The matches consist of, so far, escort missions from what I can tell. I'm pretty sure they're team deathmatches and other things. Remember, this is a beta. And I'm not 100% sure because Overwatch was not a game that was on my radar until I played this beta. So I'm coming into it completely fresh and just kind of like, oh, this is better than I thought. Wow. I take back just brushing it off as just some big name company putting out a crummy shooter. This game, I have a strong feeling, is going to be popular for a long time, like Team Fortress 2 popular. Well, you're welcome to your own opinion. If you don't agree, that's perfectly fine. But me personally, there's a strong chance I'll probably buy this and enjoy it for quite some time. Hopefully Blizzard doesn't make the mistake that Ubisoft made with Siege and just doing absolutely nothing about the community with toxic players or cheaters. But then again, I don't think you really need to cheat because this game kind of has a character. Agent 76 has auto-aim. Widowmaker, she has like a wall hack. She sees through the wall. And for some reason, under this pretense, it doesn't seem like cheating. And that's probably because it's open to everyone. And it's just a game mechanic. So maybe that's what Blizzard got right. I don't know. I honestly say, if you do respect my opinion, it's worth trying out. I'd say give it a shot when the demo's free. Just do it. And if you don't like it, you didn't lose anything. And if you do like it, you've discovered a game that you probably wrote off simply because of how it looked and the company it was coming from. I'm going to honestly say this is a pleasant surprise for me. Well, I'm getting off right now because I talked far too long. Don't forget to rate, comment, subscribe. Thank you for tuning into my channel. And if you need me, I'm going to go to sleep on the floor because I feel like I need a nap. I just fall right out of my chair on the floor, face down, dead like Elvis.